never been done before. The product is that holy grail of products that I've never seen before. And I'm so indebted for Michael, sharing that with me a year ago. And it's only been a year, right? We were at the front end of this whole thing. We're still at the very, very, very beginning of everything. So with that, a good friend came into our life. Eric out in Las Vegas came into our life. Seems like forever ago, but it was only in June. What they have created is just absolutely second to none. It's called Helium Track, and it is going to be your way of building this business very systematically, very on purpose, right? And so Eric's going to go through, as if you're a brand new person, and hopefully there are a lot of brand new people on here, and he's going to take you through, what you should be doing on a daily basis as you go about your journey. So Eric, take it away, buddy, anytime you're ready.
You got it. You got it, Chuck. It was very inspirational. And I got to say that, I'll be pretty happy with that baby blue Lambo that you showed. I think that I'll be happy just with that. So, along with what you said, everything is about timing and everything, we're all extremely busy. We all have our lives. We have our families. We have our friends. And that's kind of brings me back to the focus here with some of the things that we put together and everything that we do every day, every night. And I've said this before, I've never seen a team like iHub's team work so hard. John over there quietly, I see him. He's a silent. This guy, the amount of work that goes into iHub on a daily basis and how hard everyone on this team works, I've never seen anything like it. I've been doing, I've worked in many types of industries and businesses, and the dedication, through this, we've said this many times, Helium has never been done before. This type of network has never been built before. And on top of that, what iHub is doing has never been done before. And it poses a lot of challenges. Every day we run into challenges that you can't even quite imagine. And we got to find solutions for them, right? That things that are going to make your lives easier, things that are going to make it simpler for the next person coming in. And so with that said, I praise these guys coming on board. We fit right in, and it was amazing. So, along with that time, everything that we build in Helium Track is meant to save you time. Can you possibly imagine going and planning out your network manually? It's been done, right? And so I'll explain a little bit more about that. Let's dive in here. I'll share my screen and I'll explain really what I mean on how this thing saves you time and how it helps you grow your network and bring in people under you, educate them. And I'm going to share some of the things that we have recently released, some of the things that are in the works as well. And we're going to answer some frequently asked questions that have been hitting us a lot. We've been hiring nonstop. We brought on new software developers. And one more thing, let me know if you guys can see my screen. Everyone praises me about Helium Track. We have a really amazing team, Brandon Liss and Jeff Brown that just came on board, and John Krim. We're 4 tech guys, very smart guys. And that's all we do is figure out how to make your lives easier. So, it's not just me. I'm not taking all the credit. There's far smarter people on our team than I. Maybe I just make things sound good. So that's fine. All right, guys. So what we're looking at here is I am logged into Helium Track as a brand new user. Okay. So if you've never seen this before, this is the first thing you see, as if I just logged into Helium Track. Now, in order to get into Helium Track, you need to sign up with iHub Global. Okay. So either someone might have introduced you to this call, or they may have sent you, you might have gotten an email or a text from them or a sign up link. But if you signed up to iHub Global, okay, you can access our free software at heliumtrack.app. Okay. And once you get there, you'll be prompted with a login screen that you can sign in with the same account. So the same email and password that you signed up to iHub Global. And this is about the first thing you're going to see here. And before we get started, I do want to give a big congratulations to all of the existing members. Like Chuck said, we've hit over 200,000 members, and we can easily see that with all of these dots. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. All of these dots that we see covering the world at this point are representing the work. We'll let that load. There's so many dots. It's We got to keep adding more and more infrastructure to support the load times here. Or maybe my internet's a little slow, but we'll just give that a second here. But all of these dots represent the work that you guys are putting in, planning your hotspots, reserving your hotspots, sending mining assessments, getting other people to get signed up and logged in to see what this opportunity is about. So, I mean, I applaud you guys. It is phenomenal what you guys are doing. Do not stop. Keep it growing. We're going to make this happen, and we're going to change the game here. So what we're looking at is a map of all of the existing hotspots. I'm going to go ahead and turn some of these off so we can just better understand what we're looking at here. All right, let's just get our green dots. We'll zoom back in so we can see what's going on. So this is a map of all the Helium hotspots. So if you haven't heard about Helium, you know, Helium has been the largest IoT network, and I'm just going to touch upon this quickly. We do go over this on some of our other calls. Michael did a great overview of the IoT network and the opportunity, but these are all devices that are connected together that are basically creating a global network that are powering the Internet of Things. And these are smart devices that you might find in your home, you know, sensors, security systems, tracking devices, and all different types of stuff. And there's billions of devices that are connected all over the world, and they're using this IoT network. And Helium has went ahead and developed this incredible concept where they decided that they're going to create a crypto blockchain, which is basically a secure, fast and secure way to build out this network. And they're going to deploy these hotspots that are going to communicate with each other, and they're going to send data across the world. And they're going to be able to build the world's largest IoT network and the most secure and fast and efficient network. And so coming into Helium Track beautifully, the first thing you want to do is you want to focus on this box right here, getting started. And the first thing, what is iHub providing, right? Why are we special? Well, we are offering free hotspot deployments. That means that you have the ability to get started. You click on that box. Your information right here is already going to be populated with your iHub account information. And you have the opportunity to go ahead and reserve your free hotspot deployment. What does that mean? So basically, you have an opportunity to build a little piece of this network. And as a reward for doing so, you can earn cryptocurrency on a daily basis. So there's no reason I can imagine anyone in the world not wanting a free hotspot deployment, right? So the first step, you want to reserve your free hotspot. You're going to enter your shipping address here. So just to show everybody, if I start typing that address, you want to make sure that you select it from one of the existing options from the autocomplete list, and you can select it there. And you're going to also go ahead and select your install address. If your install address is not the same as your shipping address, make sure you go ahead and change it. But we made it so it copies it over to keep it easy for you, and you can go ahead and do that. Once you agree to the terms of service, you can reserve your hotspot. I'm not going to actually go through, but what this is actually going to do is it's going to validate your location. So it's actually going to run a bit of intelligence, some algorithms that we have created to basically say, is this a placement that we can deploy a hotspot? And the reason why is because all of these placements have a strategy. And let's go ahead. I'm going to dive into where I reside currently in Las Vegas. We'll zoom in here. And so we'll just take a look and understand a little bit more. And then we're going to jump back to this getting started because we really want to focus on the process, on what everyone should be doing. This is a simple couple step process. And every single person that comes into Helium Track should be following this simple process, right? And we may add new things into this getting started. We might update the education or make it easier. But the main thing is that everybody should know that this green box right here is number one. You start here and you reserve your free hotspot. And so, like I said, it's going to run a little bit of intelligence. And you can see here that we have a bunch of these dots. And the strategy, and I'll keep this simple, for the sake of this call, is you don't want the hotspots to be too far away from each other, and you don't want them to be too close to each other. And that's really what our intelligence is looking for. It's going to just check to see, is there already a hotspot too close to the address you're trying to reserve it for? Or, and I want to make this I want to kind of make this more of an announcement for those who are wondering, because we've been getting a lot of questions about this. It also checks, guys, keep this in mind, it checks for reserved hotspots too. Okay, so somebody has a reserved hotspot. Let's go ahead and we're going to enable that. So We see here the green dots are online hotspots. The orange dots are hotspots that other iHub members have reserved, just like you would do right here that we just went over, right? And so we could see all those. So if I wanted to go and plan a hotspot right over here, I'm not going to be able to do that because somebody else has already claimed that territory. And that's really something special that we developed for iHub Globals, because we keep the field, fair. We want to ensure that people are not planning on top of each other. And the reason why is because if you start interfering these hotspots too close to each other, they're going to interfere with the earnings, right? And so that's not going to be good for them or you. If you guys start planning on top of each other and the earnings get diminished, that's not, it's going to be a better solution is to try and find another placement if that location is not a valid placement. So first step, guys, you want to come in here, reserve your free hotspot. And it's really easy to do, and you'll see it get reserved just like that. Once it's reserved, and I can actually show you from a different account, you'll see right here, it'll say your hotspot is reserved. So I just switched over to actually my account. You'll see my name up here. And it'll turn as a green box, and it'll say, congrats, your free Helium hotspot is reserved. And that's it. So that's step number one. Let's talk about step number two, okay? Now, in the case that someone's they don't have another location, and maybe they need a little bit of time to find one that is a valid location, or they might want to talk to their children, their friend, their spouse, whatever it may be. Well, not their spouse, maybe, I don't know. So, but the next step is the goal is it's not just about your hotspot, okay? That you can earn off of too, but the real potential here, guys, is about building your network. And what do I mean by that? That means inviting and getting your network involved, your network, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your doctor, your lawyer, your dog, whoever, okay? Because everyone, like Chuck said, there is no excuse here. They're literally, this is the easiest way to earn passive income, especially with cryptocurrency. And especially, I'm going to take a step back. I hope people don't mind, but I've been in crypto mining for quite some time, guys. I've been mining Bitcoin and Ethereum and Chia and all types of other cryptocurrencies. And there is nothing by far that I believe in more than Helium. When Helium came along, I got tunnel vision. I'm laser focused on Helium. Before I found out about iHub, iHub made it that much more explosive for me personally because of what they have done. They have given us all the most unique opportunity because they have those relationships, and they have secured those relationships, trusted relationships with the manufacturers of these hotspots, which gives every single one of us the opportunity to be in a very, very unique position. So with that said, yes.
Good. Just real quick, John was saying that he thought you had switched screens and it hadn't switched. Is that something you were trying to do?
What do you guys see now? Do you see?
We're seeing. Yeah, I see your cursor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and stop sharing, and I'll switch back. All right. I'm going to stop sharing, and let's make sure you guys see what I'm seeing, if that's okay. Sorry about that.
Not a problem.
All right. Let's see. Okay.
To be sure.
Okay. How about now? Do you see my screen?
I do.
Yeah. Do you see me typing?
Yes.
All right, great. Okay. So let's just recap. So first step is reserve your hotspot. And again, the opportunity here is not just about reserving your free hotspot. Do not stop there, because you are missing out on a ton of potential. The biggest potential here, guys, is planning your hotspot network. So actually, if you click on here, we explain a little bit about what does that mean. And we have a training video. We also have some frequently asked questions. And this goes over a lot of questions. And this, I'm going to talk about some more of these questions a little bit later, because I know there's still some. But the goal here is, guys, you want to use our plan hotspot feature, which I'll show you in just a second, to think about, to plan hotspots for everyone your friends, your coworkers, et cetera, as I mentioned before. And so what that's going to do is it's going to kind of get a placement started for them. It's going to put a blue dot on the map. And from there, if it's a valid placement, we're going to go through this now, you're going to be able to send them out a mining assessment report. What is this report? This report is very simply an introduction on the potential of what their earning potential could be if they were to place a hotspot there. But not only that, it becomes a marketing tool that allows them to sign up right from that report, right? So they see, Eric ran a mining assessment on my address, my house, and nearby hotspots are earning between this much and this much. And I can claim my location right now, and I can sign up and get started, and boom, I get, sign up right under Eric or whoever, and it makes that process easy. So let's take a look at what that process looks like. Okay, guys. So first step. Okay. So remember, we reserved our hotspot. Now we're going to plan our hotspot, and I'm going to do that by clicking on the plan hotspot button. And I'm going to start by thinking of somebody, right? Now, there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can sit down, you can make a list of everyone you know. You can write it on a notepad, you can write it in an Excel sheet, or you can just off the top of your head, start typing in here. There's no strategy there, but what this is going to help you do is keep track of all the people that you did think of, okay? So I'm going to throw in a random address. I have no idea if this is a good placement or a bad placement, but we're going to find out together. And what I'm going to do here is, again, guys, just want to reiterate that in order for you to get that address in there, you got to select it from the list. So as you start typing, make sure you choose it, and it's going to show up here as a selected address. Make sure, additionally, if there is a unit number, apartment number, or suite number, that you enter it very simply. You can do it like this, suite 100. You can do it as 100. You can do it as number 100. That doesn't matter. Just keep it simple so that it's identifiable. All right. The next field is a custom title. So what does that mean? It's just a custom label that will help you identify that planned hotspot, right? And with just a planned hotspot, it's just an initial thought of, hey, I think that my friend Joey, I know he lives, somewhere around, or he'd be interested. And so I'm going to say, okay, Joey's house, right? So just a quick identifier for me. I can put in Joey's name, right? So Joey, I don't know who this is. I'm making this up as I go. And I'm going to put in a test email here. Let's use, yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. All right. And I'm going to put in Joey's phone number. Now, if you don't yet know Joey's information or whoever's information, that's okay. These 4 fields are optional when you're planning a hotspot. We probably should mark them as optional, or we should probably mark with these ones as required. So that's indicated. I think that we'll end up doing that right away. So anyway, it's optional on this step because it's just a plan, right? You just want to see, is this a viable placement? And this may have seemed like it took a while. This takes literally 3 seconds. If you just type in the address, you type in a label, and you click plan. And what that's going to do, once it loads, it's going to start running the intelligence, okay? And it's going to come back with a good or a bad, basically. Very simple, yes or no. And in this case, it's saying, hey, this location can actually use some coverage, and it's eligible to send a virtual mining assessment, okay? Now let's talk about this next step, okay? And we say here clearly, so anybody who's coming in for the first time, make sure you read. Don't skip ahead, because we explain everything on every step, and we do our best to make sense of what's happening, right? So we even tell you what's going to happen on the next step, so you know what to click, right? So on the next step, you'll verify the person's contact information and send them their free virtual mining assessment. They'll be notified via text message or email to view their report, sign up as an affiliate, and reserve their free hotspot deployment. So I definitely want to get Joey involved. I'm going to click on Save and Send Assessment, and it's going to bring up a new window, okay? This window automatically, because I chose to fill out Joey's information on the prior step, it pulled that in for me. If I didn't do that yet, I would have to do it on this step, right? We need Joey's information. We need his email and phone if we're going to send him an email and a text message. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send Joey out that text message and that virtual mining assessment, and we'll wait for that to come in, right? And so this is literally the process that every single person should follow. And I don't know how it can get any easier. The hardest part, I think, personally, is thinking of everyone you know. but getting them in here, and let me pop open my email and we'll wait for that to come in. Just a moment. Sorry, guys. All right. And so that is the process of sending mining assessments. Now, let's stop just for a second and let's see how, let's say we have reserved a hotspot and we're planning these hotspots and we're sending these mining assessments. How do you go back and how do you see everything that's going on? Well, under your hub plan, okay, you can go back and see your planned hotspots and your mining assessments. Now, what is the difference between the planned hotspot and the mining assessment? Okay. And how are they represented on the map? Let's start there. Okay. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but I want you guys really to see how everything in this system is truly correlated. And once you understand that, everything just starts to make sense, right? So the blue dots, well, let's start with the pink dots. The pink dots are all of the hotspots that you have planned. They are your specific, nobody else knows that they are your hotspots, but you do, right? That's your plan, okay? So you can identify, I know that every pink dot here, I have put in there, okay? And you can see we did it all over Las Vegas. Now, the blue dots are representing all of the planned hotspots from other iHub affiliates. They're anonymous, but we can see the growth, and it's tremendous. It's mind-blowing. Now, let's move on to the black dots, okay? What does that mean? So we just went ahead and we sent Joey a mining assessment. Now, Joey, maybe he's at work, maybe he's busy, whatever, taking a nap. But when Joey wakes up from his nap and he sees that email and he clicks on that email, okay, and he clicks to view the report you sent him. Let's see if that came in. Just a moment. All right. So I'm actually logged in with a different account, but this is the assessment I did just send at 6:33 p.m. I'm going to open it up. So here's Joey. Joey Palmer, congratulations. Rick Cotton, well, I was logged in, I guess, with a test account for Rick, has run a virtual crypto mining assessment on your address at 4650 North Rainbow Boulevard, Suite 100. We need one hotspot in your area, and you have 24 hours to reserve that real estate for your area. Oh, and it's free. Okay, so like I said, when Joey wakes up from his nap and checks out his email, he's going to click on that. Oh, I got to make sure that I'm not logged in. Sorry, guys, just a second. Let me open another browser. It's because I'm already logged into Helium Track, right? And Joey doesn't have an account yet. So, he's going to get started in his process. So let's go ahead and we'll do that just a moment while that loads. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to punch that in. Let's see what Joey sees. Joey wouldn't have to do this process, so don't worry about that. All right. Let's get that mining assessment report and see what is Joey going to see. All right, guys, look at this. So we have your free mining assessment. So let's take a look over here. So it's created for Joey Palmer. We have who is it sent by and who is it for. And on the left side here, we'll jump to the middle in a second. We have here, it's showing nearby hotspots monthly earnings in HNT. So this location, this address right here that we know is Joey's address, what our system does is it'll grab nearby hotspots within a 2,000 meter range, and it's going to average out their earnings, okay, over the last 30 days, and it's going to give that to Joey and say, hey, this is what you could potentially be doing, right? And not only that, it's going to get the current price of HNT, which is literally at this very moment, and it's going to translate that into dollars, right? Everybody, Joey might not yet be familiar with how much an HNT is worth and what is an HNT. And hopefully you've taken some time to explain that to him. And, I did fail to mention that before you send someone an assessment, in order to get the best results, and this is just proven here, make sure you reach out to that person, right? Because if you just send this out, Joey might not fully understand what's going on. He might see there's an opportunity. He's going to read that email. And furthermore, in that email, I'd like to show that we do explain what does that mean. What does this mean? You can start earning cryptocurrency with a Helium hotspot miner from iHub Global. You can also refer others to iHub and earn from their miners. So, and then we explain what do you need to do. You click Get Started. You view your virtual mining assessment report. You're going to sign up your free iHub account or your iHub account. Well, it is free. and you're going to reserve your Helium hotspot miner. It doesn't get simpler. Okay. So let's go back to the report. Now, again, if you reach out to Joey and you say, hey, I'm sending you a really good opportunity here. You can reserve a free hotspot. This is what it does. Trust me, this is what you want to do. You're going to be earning cryptocurrency. There's not much to it. You're going to plug in this hotspot when you receive it, et cetera, et cetera. And so all Joey needs to do, he's got 24 hours. Okay. And this countdown starts when he opens this report. So if he's taking a nap and decides to nap for the rest of the night and doesn't view this report yet, that countdown doesn't start. So you might want to follow up with Joey and let him know, hey, get on this. Now that we're going to continue there in a second, but sorry, guys. I wanted to go back and further explain. This brings us to our black dots. Okay. These black dots are exactly what represent all of the mining assessment reports that are currently pending in a 24-hour period, meaning this report that we just, so this report right here, right? It's within a 24-hour period that has to be claimed. And that's what all of the black dots that we see represent. So we'll see them all over the place. And those are literally only on the map for 24 hours. And you'll see them all over. Now, what does that mean? That means that when Joey opened up his report and that black dot showed up on the map, it locked that placement for 24 hours. That's why we have a countdown. It's not to scare Joey to signing up. It truly is reserving that area and a little bit of surrounding area to allow Joey to claim his hotspot. Now, if Joey doesn't claim his hotspot within the next 24 hours, guess what's going to happen? That black dot's going to disappear and someone else can claim that area. So you understand what's happening here is that it's literally reserving that placement so that Joey has the opportunity to execute. And that's why it's so important for you guys to reach out to the next person. I'm sorry, to whoever you're sending a mining assessment to, and let them know that this is the easiest thing. Let's look at the next step here. Okay, guys. So it doesn't get easier than this. I must say, Joey needs to click on claim this location. Now we even pulled in some of Joey's information, whatever we have. He's going to enter his username for himself. So whatever that might be, he's going to enter his password and he's going to sign up. And what is that going to do? It's going to sign Joey up right under you. So you got his report. He signs up his account. And the next step, literally, and I'm not going to create another test account here and sign up under myself, but literally the next step, you know what he's going to see? He's literally going to see this form right here to reserve his hotspot. So by the time he gets into Helium Track, okay, to start building his network, he has already signed up under you, understood the opportunity, signed up under you, and has reserved his free hotspot. It doesn't get easier. So, and the next step after reserving the free hotspot right here is going to explain to get started in Helium Track and to plan his network. And literally, what does that process do? Brings him right into here, right? To get started. And by the time he comes in, he's going to have a green check mark here because he's already reserved his hotspot. And now Joey, okay, with a little bit, maybe a little push from you, can go ahead and start planning his network, because guess what? You just did that. And you could easily show Joey, if he needs some help as well, right? Now, I'd like to move on to the next part of this, and that is a lot of the value that our team is focusing on and delivering, where there's a lot of deliverables coming down the pipeline, is focusing on Helium Track Pro. Okay, guys, we are literally, there's a lot of value in our Pro subscriptions. When we launched, we were still learning about what are the vital tools that we can deliver to you guys. And so over a couple of weeks, we even decided to go ahead and to make a monthly plan. This was a yearly plan. Let's take a look before getting there at what does Helium Track Pro provide you guys with, okay? And what is the difference? So clearly, I'm just going to go through a couple of things here. I might bounce back and forth, so please bear with me, guys. But this account is not a Pro account. And how do we know that? There's no Pro badge up here, right? So if I switch over here and I see this account, you'll see a Pro. Some of the features that we deliver in our Pro, bouncing again. Let's go ahead and go over them, okay? What do you get with Helium Track Pro, and what is coming down the pipeline that is going to continue giving you guys the most powerful tools to not only, and there's a lot we haven't gone over here, guys. I wanted to keep this really focused on the process, on the daily activity, the daily steps, and the kind of being able to give everyone a piece of what they should be able to hand over to the next person. And that is literally follow your get started list. Make sure you reserve your free hotspot and plan your hotspot. So what do you get with Helium Track Pro? Starting out, you get unlimited virtual mining assessment reports. Okay. So those reports that we just sent out, you get unlimited. With a free account, you can only send out up to 10 mining reports. So once you reach that limit, okay, you will have to upgrade to Pro. And trust me, guys, I've seen explosive growth from affiliates. I've seen people grow their teams in a matter of days and weeks because of this tool. It has been the biggest growth tool, and we have something even bigger, which I'm going to give you guys a little sneak information on, which I think is going to be even more powerful. You get unlimited hotspot intelligence credits. I don't know if we'll spend much time. I'll show it to you guys quickly. But I think we should say that for another call and focus more on strategy with that. And so our intelligence credits, very simply, is a way for you to analyze placements. Let me zoom in. You can click on any hotspot or any planned hotspot of your own. So I'm going to enable my planned hotspots. I think my computer's getting a little slowed down with everything running here. Sorry, guys. Let's go ahead and close this. Okay. Just give me a sec. Chuck or Michael or John, any important things that I did not touch upon for these specific? Oh, look at that. I happen to click on the plan hotspot for Joey's house. Guys, is there anything I haven't touched upon?
No, keep going.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, I'll just keep it going then, guys. So I can click on any of my planned hotspots. You're going to see here that with the free, with Helium Track Free, you're going to get 5 credits to run intelligence. I'm going to use one of my credits, but this is pretty much what you're going to get. Okay. Now, this is something you could have done before sending out to Joey, right? So even before you decide to get Joey involved, you can start to understand, well, what is this scoring like? And one thing that we're finalizing right now is that we're rolling this up all into one number score. I know a lot of people asking about it. There's a lot of intelligence going into it. And so we want to create a standardized way for you guys to understand placement, right? So if we told you, just like when you take a test, okay, you get a score, right? You got to get an 85, you get a B, right? We want to give you a scoring system that you can literally click on any planned hotspot, and it's based off of these factors. Here's, we're breaking it down. I'm not going to go over what everything means, but you can generally see there's percentages here, and we all know what 1 out of 100 is, right? So let's kind of think of that. But we want to take all of these scores and merge them all into one score, and there's different weights and different factors that need to still go into this. And we want to output a score. And what is that going to do? That's going to allow you to understand how good is this placement. And not only that, it's how we are going to deploy all these miners for this free deployment, right? When we get this super large batch of miners, we are going to ship them out based off of these intelligence scores, these summed up scores. And so with the intelligence, guys, you can imagine what is the value. I mean, being able to plan hotspots and see that. So with the free account, you get 5. And with Helium Track Pro, you do get unlimited credits, guys. So you will get access to that. Moving on, you get access to our advanced hotspot insights. So let's say I want to know even more about a live hotspot, right? All of these green hotspots are earning cryptocurrency actively every day. And what if I want to know what they're earning, right? What if I want to see every little detail of activity that's happening with a hotspot? I can click on it. Okay. Now, right now, we're going to look at a free version. Okay. This is what you get as far as the stats of the free version. We can see this is a reward scale. And, I know some of this might sound technical, which is going to bring me to my next part of this presentation, which is our new support center, which is coming soon. But we're going to have a really, the training is going to be phenomenal, guys. The amount of work that's going into that. So all the
Lost you, Eric.
Oh, hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yep. Can hear you back now. Yep.
All right. Sorry, guys. How long was I muted for?
5 seconds.
Okay. Well, basically what I was saying is that we're not going to get into the technicals of what all this stuff means, Right now, we're showing the simple view of the free when you're viewing a hotspot. If you want to see some insights, let's take a look at the difference and all of the detail and insights that we get. Oh, I went right into the mountains there. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to click on a hotspot here, and I'm going to view it. And you can see the difference of, we can see the daily earnings. We can see a lot of the details that are pulled out. We can understand what's happening, the latitude and longitude. We can see all of the individual activity. Now, this is a little bit technical, guys, but what I was saying before, I might have been muted, that we are delivering really solid training that's going to allow you guys to understand what's happening. Really, you know, for those who want to really fully understand, who are passionate about helium and want to understand what are these miners doing, and be able to really look at any of this data and understand, oh, this makes sense. I know why it earned some HNT. There was a witness, and this is how far it witnessed, and this was the reward scale of the miner it witnessed. And so these are all the things I don't want to get into now, but you get a lot of detail when it comes to pro, when it in our advanced viewer. Let's take a look at some of the final things that we're currently offering and what we plan to be offering. All right. We also have these smart hotspot KPIs. So I love this tool. This is probably one of my favorite tools because it saves me a lot of time. When you go ahead and you look at this, so I'm looking at Las Vegas here, and we see this big ring. Okay. This is actually where I am right now. So I'm a little bit on the west side here, but what this does is it automatically analyzes all of these hotspots right within this radius. So I can even, let's go into the center of Las Vegas. I'm going to type in Las Vegas, and that's going to center that, you know, right in the center of the city. There we go. And I want to go ahead and well, let's just wait for that to load. So right now what it's doing is it's analyzing everything within this radius, and it's going to just give it to me on a silver platter, literally, so that I understand what's happening. So in 2 seconds, I know there's 549 hotspots. I know that these hotspots are owned by 253 individuals or wallets, right? All the hotspots are linked to wallets. So that kind of gives me an idea of what is the competition like in this region, right? Because the hotspots aren't placing themselves. They're placed by people who own these wallets. And so that gives me an idea. Okay, well, Vegas is it's a small city, but you know, I can compete with 250 people. I can get more hotspots out there. This is going to show me how much HNT they've mined. And keep in mind, and HNT again is the crypto token for Helium. And so again, we're looking at a 15-mile radius, but I failed to mention that we're looking at all of that data within a 24-hour period, right? So all these numbers are 15 miles, 24 hours. This is what's happening within seconds. So I love this tool. I can go to anywhere in the world, and I can in seconds understand that region. It's phenomenal. So this is a pro feature here. And not only that, to take it a step further, we've also created an area hotspot growth chart. And again, this determines everything within that radius. So even if you wanted to increase that radius, so if we wanted to get that data within a 25-mile range, it's going to go ahead and zoom that radius out. There we go. Now we really got all of Vegas, right? And surrounding area. It's going to reload all that data. Now I really am covering everything. And so I want to see the growth of hotspots in the region. I can view a full chart, and I can literally see a historical chart of how quickly are hotspots going online in that area. It's very powerful, guys, because it's all about, right? This is, I don't want to call it a race, right? It's, well, I guess you could consider it that, but there is strategy here. If you have access to locations that are growing slower than other, regions and countries, cities, neighborhoods, whatever you want to do, that is going to give you more access to kind of get more placements in that area, right? Or to invite people that in that area, because there's going to be less competition, right? So, there's no area in the world that's off limits for a Helium hotspot. And so understanding the historical growth, and I'll leave it at that. This is something that I have never seen, being able to know the growth of a specific area. I think we are honestly the only ones who have that feature at all. So we have that. Let's see what else we got. We have our advanced mapping tools. Well, I guess I'll show it to you real quickly, but I got to get to pro. All right. I'll show it to you quickly, guys, but this is more for advanced user. But I want to get to, I know that we're probably running a little short on time. So I want to get to what's coming down the pipeline, because that's really what's exciting. So we are working on, and I know that a lot of people, may have suggested this, or were hoping that this would happen, or, if you're about to hear it, then you're going to love this. So right now, what do you have? Planning your network requires you to, I guess it's a little bit of a manual process. We still make it far easier than it would be to get on the phone and explain and this and that. And we give you the tools to go ahead and do that and get that email out, to send that mining assessment, to plan that hotspot, to validate that placement and know that it's a good placement, right? Now, it still takes a bit of work. We wanted to make this process even faster, even easier, even more effective, even more scalable for you guys. And we have something in the pipeline, which I'm hoping to have to you guys very soon. I'm not going to throw a timeline on it. We have so many other things. And if I start throwing deadlines on things, I don't want to disappoint anyone, but it's happening. And I personally am most excited for this. I want this feature as soon as possible for myself. And I know that every other person that has requested it does as well. And so what is it? It is going to be a funnel, guys, and it's going to be a pro-only funnel. A funnel, what does that mean? We are going to have a page, okay? It's going to be a landing page. What is a landing page? It's a very simple page that educates a user on the topic, which in this case is, hey, you have an opportunity here to reserve a free Helium hotspot. And right under there, right in the middle of that page, is going to be the opportunity for them to enter their own address. So you're going to get a link. That link, okay, is your affiliate link to this landing page. It's coded to you. Anyone who goes to this landing page and uses it is going to be assigned to you, right? So you send it out. You can give it to Joey, just like we did. You can even, so let's take that same example. We sent the mining assessment. We typed in all Joey's information. Joey got the email. He clicked on the report, and he went ahead and he signed up, and he saw the report and signed up and reserved his hotspot. Okay, we got that process. But in this case, you would have a link. You send it to Joey. You can text it to him. You can use and we'll have an email. Okay, email this to Joey. And what is that going to do? It's going to allow Joey to enter his own information. And not only that, it's going to deliver that report instantly. It's just going to appear. So he's going to enter his information, get a free mining assessment for your location, Joey. And right before his eyes, that report is going to appear, and he can claim his location immediately. No, not waiting on an email. Did it get delivered? All of these different things that can get in the way. And not only that, think about how much faster you guys can grow your networks if you just shared your link. And even another step farther than that is it's going to have education on it, right? So it's going to have, hey, get your free mining assessment, enter your information. But furthermore than that, if he wants to fully understand, sometimes people need a little bit more information. Why am I putting my address in here? All right, he explained it to me. It's going to be a very solid educational landing page, but simple, effective, and high converting. That's going to allow you guys to bring people in quicker. So that's going to be one of our pro features coming down the line. And we have a lot of other good ideas. So guys, I highly encourage you, if you're really ready to take this next level, definitely get our pro. And we have our monthly plan. So when we launched, when we launched our pro subscriptions, we only had a yearly plan. It was for $299 a year. We understand that, some people might be starting out. Some people might not be in the position to do that. We want you guys to be successful. We want you guys to have the tools to go out and grow your network. So right now, if you wanted to upgrade to pro, and I'll show you guys, you would click here. Okay. You click upgrade to pro. It's going to bring you to a checkout page, and you'll see that it's $299 a year, but we want everyone to have pro. If you want to pay a monthly subscription of $39, you can do that very easily. You click switch to monthly, and you can go ahead and get started with pro. Upon submitting, you will have access to pro immediately. There's no waiting period. You can plan unlimited hotspots, send unlimited assessments, unlimited intelligence credits, all of the advanced mapping tools. And of course, you'll get access to all of the new pro features that are coming down the pipeline. And with that said, I just want to touch on one more last thing, if I could, guys. I know I kind of took over this a little bit, but one thing I do want to discuss is support and some of the most commonly asked questions that we've been getting. Guys, we are listening. We hear everything. Thank you. Thank you for giving us your feedback. Thank you for putting in your effort. Again, I cannot express the amount of energy, effort, time, the stress that goes into running a company like iHub, right? With 200,000 affiliates growing exponentially. So I'm going to cover a couple things. Number one, I want to show you guys just a quick sneak peek of what is going to be our new support center. Okay. We are focusing on building every possible resource into one area. Now, I know this looks a little wordy, but really what I wanted to focus on is this area here. We're going to have a full training course of videos, specifically topic specific. So again, if you're going to be looking for planning hotspots, stuff that we just went over, you'll have a full step-by-step video training course that not only will you be able to use if you forget. We're all human, right? There's nothing wrong with, hey, I need a reminder on how to do this or the right way to do this, or I had to, we promise we are working to make this perfect. One of the biggest challenges to make it perfect is because we are growing so fast and things are changing so rapidly. We want to make sure that when we deliver educational material to you guys, that it is up to date. So we have that. We're working on a full section of questions and answers by topic. Okay. So basically planning hotspots, mining assessments, reserved hotspots, how to do this and that. And so we're going to have all that as well. We will be splitting off, and I really want to stress on this, guys. Right now, our support staff has over 4,000 tickets in the back office, okay, in their ticket system. It's very, very challenging. So if you are a user, okay, if you are not new here, we encourage you, okay, and I'm actually going to read through this, guys, actually, right here, of what we expect some of our users to do. So before submitting a ticket, now again, we don't have all the training. We have some training in place, but make sure you look out for any training videos that might have existed before submitting a ticket, right? Now, in the future, you're going to be able to go right here and find exactly what you're looking for. We promise. Next, make sure you read through the frequently asked questions that do exist, and we're going to make those more apparent and more visible to you guys. There'll be an email going out tomorrow with some of these updates where you'll be able to find some of this stuff. So look out for that email. There's a lot of good stuff in there too. We're going to recap on some of the stuff we did today. Look through any updates or announcements. Check out the emails that we send out regularly. See if we've, covered something. I know that one of our last emails, we talked about some of the issues that we resolved in sending mining assessments and email deliverability. So we try to get the information that when we resolve things or fix things, or you might have had an issue, that you guys get that information. It's very important that we have a streamlined way to deliver information and for you guys to receive it and know where to look. This is going to be that place. Everything support related, training related is going to flow through this section. Okay, guys. So I'm not going to leave it on here, but just know that we are very, very, very hard at work on building this out for you guys and giving you a single place that not only you can use to remind yourself, to re-educate yourself, to be the best affiliate we have, whatever it takes, but also to give those resources to the next person coming down. This is a place you're going to be able to do that. Let's see. Do I have anything else? I think that's it for the most part, but just know that, let's just go over a couple frequently asked questions so I can get it out there. Okay. Big one, guys. What is happening with the hotspots that I've reserved in the old back office? Great question. So we went over reserving a hotspot here. Okay. We have currently removed the ability to reserve a hotspot, a free hotspot deployment in the iHub old back office. It's not old, but we're migrating everything into Helium Track. So do not worry, guys. We are importing. We have not yet imported, but we are working on importing everyone's reserved hotspots. And I want to just show you guys something. It's not as simple as saying, hey, let's import everyone's hotspots that they have reserved in the back office. This is what that process looks like. So we've laid that out over the last couple of days, and there's a lot of detail and thought that needs to go into making things work. I just want to stress that to you guys that, we do things right. We make sure that if we're going to do something, we're going to do it all the way. So everyone who has reserved a hotspot in the back office, if you reserved one hotspot, that is going to come into the back into Helium Track, and we're going to try to actually use that one reserved hotspot as your reserved hotspot in Helium Track, your official reserved hotspot. So if you've only reserved one, what we're going to do is we're going to analyze that address. We're going to check out that placement. We're going to say, is the address valid? Is the location valid? If all of the lights turn green, it's just going to become your planned your reserved hotspot, just like as if you reserved it here. Okay, guys. Now, if you've reserved many hotspots in the iHub back office, we have a different plan for you. We'll try our best to use the first valid location as a hotspot, and the rest of the locations, we still don't want you to have wasted your time. Again, remember, guys, you can only reserve currently one free hotspot deployment for your for yourself. Okay. The goal here is to plan hotspots and bring in your network and have them reserve their own free hotspots, right? So if you have reserved many hotspots for yourself or other people in the iHub back office, we will attempt to use one of them as your reserved hotspot with the ability to update it. We understand it might not be the one you wanted. You will be able to update it, but then we'll import all of the rest of them, right? Because you did fill out those forms and put in some work, right? We'll import the rest of them as planned hotspots, okay? And what does that mean? That means that you're going to come here into your planned hotspots. Everyone will be notified when this happens. So you don't have to check back every 5 seconds. We promise you're going to get an email. Hey, we were successfully able to import your reserved hotspot into Helium Track. There's no action that needs to be taken on your part. We have also found that you had an additional 32 or 800 or what have you attempts to reserve hotspots. We have went ahead and imported them into your planned hotspots. And so with that, well, luckily for you, you'll be able to send that out, right? You'll be able to shoot that out as a mining assessment to whoever you did have planned for that reserved hotspot. So, some people, might have planned hotspots for their family and friends. And this is exactly now, at least we got ahead of the curve here and got them all imported for you. They also will be labeled with a custom label. These are custom groups. So you'll know, oh, this says iHub imported, iHub imported, iHub imported. You will know that this was imported from the back office and you'll get an email notification. So I really hope that this explanation clears up what is our plan. Okay, guys, we are not in the business of wasting people's time. We're going to utilize every piece of effort that you did, but there is a process and there's a right way to do things. And the right way is to reserve one free hotspot for your account. And they're using the planning tool to bring in the rest of your team or your network using the mining assessment tool. One last thing I do want to go over real quick. This is kind of a big one for current issues or current concerns. All right, guys, real quick, big thing. When we launched assessments, you did not have the ability to resend an assessment or to remove an assessment, because what happens when you send out a mining assessment, that placement gets locked. Well, what if John or Joey, never opened up that email and that countdown never started? It's stuck, right? That was kind of a lack of foresight on our part, but hey, we learn quick and we provide solutions. So that's what's important. So in this case, if Joey decides never to open his email and you send out that mining assessment, we want you to be able to go ahead and have the ability to maybe resend it or remove it. So if you come to your mining assessments, and I do just want to say, one of my jobs is to make things look pretty. I have not yet gotten to this section to make it look pretty, so I apologize that it's all just a bunch of text here and there's no, it might be a little annoying to look through or read. We will make this more appealing to the eye. And so you can go through and you can resend the assessment. What does that look like? It's just going to reopen up everything and allow me to click check, send it via SMS, send it via email, resend. Or let's say I'm in the position that I want to allow that position, that location to be reopened up. I can go ahead and remove that as well. So just like that. And here, I want to show this to you guys. Like I said, make sure you read, guys. We take the time to write the proper explanations and try to give you the information. So don't just fly past it. Take a second, 2 seconds. Are you sure you want to remove this assessment? Removing this assessment removes it from your account, frees up this location for future assessments or reservations. However, you will not regain the credit you use for this assessment, free accounts. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I understand it. Goodbye. Moving on. So that's it, guys, for now. Again, we're going to be sending out an email tomorrow. It's actually a really exciting email. Look out for it. And it's going to go over a lot more frequently asked questions that we've been hearing with a lot of answers. So guys, thank you for your time. Keep planning those hotspots. It's incredible. Welcome everybody to iHub who's new. And again, our focus is support, getting you guys a training. Be patient with us. Keep up the good work. And thank you guys.